Welcome to Jagat Guru Nanak Dev Punjab State Open University, Patiala. In this lecture, we are going to discuss monopoly, a form of imperfect competition. This lecture will focus on meaning of monopoly, its various features, how price and output is determined with various approaches, that is total revenue, total cost approach and marginal revenue and marginal cost approach. To start with, meaning of market. Market means a social system through which the sellers and purchasers of a commodity or service can interact with each other. Nowadays, market doesn't mean a particular place. It's a social system. For example, online shopping. We are sitting in a comfort zone, having laptop or our iPad in our hands, and we are scrolling and buying things on internet in our comfort of our house. So market doesn't mean to go to a particular place. Market is a social system. Anywhere where buying and selling can be done is known as market. So market can be broadly divided into two competitions, perfect competition and imperfect competition. In this lecture, we will focus on one of the constitute of imperfect competition, that is monopoly. So in imperfect competition, we can have monopoly, monopolistic competition, duopoly, oligopoly. These all are different from each other because of their prominent features. So let's start with the meaning of monopoly. Monopoly, as the name suggests, mono, single and poly, control, where there is only one or single producer, seller of the commodity in the market and there is no close substitute of the commodity. Two very important features of monopoly. One is single seller. Another is there is no close substitute of the commodity. Because if there will be close substitute of the commodity, then monopoly will not exist. Then you can substitute the products. And if a consumer can substitute, it means there will be no control of a single seller. So in monopoly, the entire control will be in the hands of a single seller, selling a commodity which has no close substitute. For example, in Punjab, there is only single seller of electricity, that is Punjab State Electricity Board, and electricity has no close substitute in the market. Clear? Moving to next, features of monopoly. First is single seller or producer of the commodity but has large number of buyers. Very important. Seller is one but buyer are in large number. Clear? So single seller and large number of buyers. As I told you that there should not be any close substitute of the product in the market. So second foremost important feature is no close substitute of the produced commodity in the market. Third is restriction on entry of new firms. Industry, as we all know, is group of firms. So this is very important. Restriction on the entry of new firms. Because if this feature will not exist, then first condition will not be satisfied or first feature will not exist. Single seller. Single seller means there is no entry of new firms. If another firm will enter the industry, the monopoly will vanish. Then is monopolist is the price maker. Because there is single seller, so monopolist can decide the price by itself. No doubt, monopolist decide the prices with the help of demand and supply forces. But still, in monopoly, the seller is more powerful as compared to the other structures of the market. So in monopoly, seller is the price maker and price taker. He can charge different prices from different buyers for the same product. Very important feature of the monopoly. This feature of the monopoly is also known as price differentiation. Price differentiation means charging the different prices from different consumers for the same product. For example, I have a book and I am selling this book to 3 different consumers, A, B and C. Book is same, everything is same, the product is same. I am selling this book to A at 100 rupees, to B at 110 and to C at 90 rupees. If I am selling the book to A at 100 rupees and to B at 110 rupees, it doesn't mean that the quality of the product is vary. No, the product is same, everything is same, but still in monopoly, at monopoly competition, a seller can sell the same product to different buyers at different prices. This is a very unique feature of monopoly, and this feature is known as price discrimination. Clear? Next is, there is only one firm and difference between firm and industry does not exist. As I told you earlier, industry is group of firms. So, if there is restriction on the entry of new firms, no new firm can enter in the industry. So, it means there is no difference between firm and industry. Single firm, difference between industry and firm does not exist. Moving to next is nature of demand and revenue under monopoly. Under monopoly, firm's demand curve continues to the industry demand curve. Again, reason is because there is no difference between firm and industry. In this kind of market, both average revenue curve and marginal revenue curve, they slope downwards. It means if the producer fixes high price, then the demand will decrease and vice versa. I have told this thing in my previous lectures, or you can say that I keep on repeating this thing in my various lectures, that whenever any curve slopes downward from left to right, it means there will be an inverse relationship between the units on OX and OY axis. And if a curve slopes upward from right to left, it means there is a positive relationship between the two. So whenever we are seeing that revenue curve, that is average revenue or marginal revenue curve, it slopes downwards. Downwards means negative relationship between the two items. It can be demand or price, it can be demand and output, it can be any relationship. So moving next, determination of price and equilibrium under monopoly. Here, price and equilibrium can be determined with two approaches. One is total revenue and total cost approach. Next is marginal revenue and marginal cost approach. Total revenue and total cost approach. First, we will discuss this. On OX axis, there is output. On OY axis, there is price. So, with total revenue and total cost approach, monopolist will get maximum profit. Clear? Now, where this situation will arrive for him? So, let's explain this with the help of this figure. See, this is total cost TC. Initially, it's increasing, then it's decreasing, reaching to its minimum, and then starts increasing. Clear? Total revenue, it's increasing till this point it's increasing at a faster rate, then reaches to its maximum, then starts declining. So both curves, total revenue and total cost, are moving with the flow. Total cost curve decreases, reaches to its minimum, then goes upward. Total revenue increases at a faster rate, reaches to its maximum, then starts declining. So now let's discuss these 2 points, BE and BE dash. These points are known as break even points. Now the question arises, what is break even point? Break even points are points at which total revenue is equal to total cost. No profit, no loss situation. As we all know, if total revenue is greater than total cost, it means we are earning profits. And if total revenue is less than total cost, loss. So at a situation where there is equality between total revenue and total cost, no difference between total revenue and total cost, these points are known as break-even points. Clear? So, let's see. At this point, before this point, total revenue is this and total cost is this. There is a gap between the two. Cost is more, revenue is less. So here, loss. After this, at this point, break even. No profit, no loss. After this point, total revenue is more, total cost is less. There is a gap between the two. Revenue is more and cost is less, so profits. After this break-even point, total cost, total revenue. Cost is more, revenue is less. Again, if cost is more, revenue is less, loss. Clear? So, now let's see this area. In this area, from BE to BE1, this area is profit area. Fine. Now the question arises, no doubt it's a profit area, but at which point we are earning maximum profits? So the answer is maximum profits in this area will be at a point where the difference between the two is maximum. So MN, maximum profit area. Here the difference between the total revenue and total cost is maximum. So in monopoly, monopolist will get maximum profit where the difference between the total revenue and total cost is maximum and is an equilibrium situation for him, because at this point he is earning maximum profits. Is it clear? Moving to next approach. This approach is known as marginal revenue and marginal cost approach. According to this approach, monopolist will be in equilibrium and earn maximum profits where marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue and marginal cost curve cuts marginal revenue from below. These are the two conditions which must be satisfied in any kind of market competition. These are two mandatory conditions which must be satisfied for deciding prices, equilibrium and output in any kind of market situation, whether it's perfect competition, monopoly, monopolistic, oligopoly or duopoly. So first you need to satisfy these two conditions, that is marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue and marginal cost curve cuts marginal revenue from below. Only then you can decide the equilibrium. Clear? So let's discuss this with the help of diagram. On OX axis there is output and on OY axis there is revenue and cost. Average revenue curve sloping downward, marginal revenue curve sloping downward, and shows an inverse relationship between the output and the cost. So now let's see where the equilibrium will be. So first also before discussing this is marginal cost curve. Fine. So now let's discuss these two conditions where equilibrium will be. Equilibrium will be at a point where marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue at this point. See, at this point, marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue, and the second condition, marginal cost curve is cutting marginal revenue from below. From below means this is marginal revenue curve and it is cutting from below. See the direction, it's cutting from below. So both the conditions of marginal revenue and marginal cost approach, that is marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue and marginal cost curve cuts marginal revenue from below, are fulfilled at this point. So this will be a point of equilibrium. At this point of equilibrium, OQ quantity will be sold at OP1 price. So this is a point of equilibrium. And in this situation, we can say that at point E, both the conditions are satisfied for marginal revenue and marginal cost approach. So with this, we are done with the meaning of monopoly, the prominent features of monopoly, how the monopoly is different from other market competitions, and how the two approaches, that is total revenue and total cost approach and marginal revenue and marginal cost approach, decides the equilibrium under monopoly competition. So with this, we are done with all this. So thank you.